to show you what my copy of norn9 has finally arrived. I think 2 or 3 days ago it arrived. I've only played through the prologue on this version so far. I haven't really got to the point of where you can choose the choices now. So I probably will read a bit more of that later as well. What else? I'm looking at my figures and my shelves are my figurines and they're a little dusty, which it doesn't take long for them to get so dusty. It really doesn't. Sorry, on topic. I've also finished my first playthrough of Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Blue Lions. I've finished their story, Blue Lions, which the final boss fight was a little hard for me. No matter what strategy or how I went about it, I kept on losing my units and I kept on dying. I don't know why. But no matter what strategy I did, or where I'd put anyone, or it just went downhill. It took me a few attempts to a point where, yeah, I finally got close to the commander, the actual boss you're supposed to fight. And I think I always end up, every time when I play like Fire Emblem games, or I would say like any even action games, I tend to play them on a risky point where I either got no healing items left or my healer is dead. Like I'm trying to save my items, or I have like 1 or 2 people left at very low health and hoping to get there. I always end up playing them on a risky mode. I don't know why, but sometimes when I'm playing like a bit like risky on games, there are times where it makes me a point where, yeah, I'm really doing this. I've got to do it. It's like a little adrenaline rush. Sometimes it gets me to play better if I do. There are times in the past on games where in boss fights I actually end up playing better because of it. Because you know, once you die or once you get hit, you know it's the end. So it makes me play better. I don't know how it works, but there are times it makes me play better. Because when you know you got on like strategy games, on like element games, which I'm trying to complete the 3 heroes. In Engaged, every time when I knew I either got like a couple of people left, or as I said, no health items or no healer left, and very low health myself, it does make me play better because I know that. When you know you got, once you know, yeah, you should point where it starts the battle, and then you know you haven't lost anything yet. I tend to play a little, I would say it tends to feel a bit boring to me. I don't know why. There are times I feel like I might actually play through it again and put it on like classical one, so if someone dies I lose them forever. Don't know why, but I kind of feel like it might make me play better that way. I don't know, but I've got to do my second playthrough engage in a way, because I feel like I started to understand a lot of the mechanics and a lot of the tactics towards the end of the story, and in the DLC I started to understand a bit more. So I might actually play through it again in 3 heroes, in 3 houses. I would say, yeah, 3 houses. Probably because I've came from engaged Liz to the older one. Some of the tactics are a little different. I do miss the part where bosses that you have to fight don't really come to you. They tend to stay in 1 spot or 2 spots and that's it. They don't really move unless you're on the stage, this mission, this mission where your main boss had to fight, kept moving around because he's trying to escape from you, and you're trying to protect another commander at the same time. That mission was terrible. It was the worst. I hate missions where you have to protect someone and you're miles away from them. I mean, like the others, yeah, at the bottom of the map, and they're at the top. Like you can even be like 1 or 2 steps at a time, and that's it. And you get surrounded by enemies at the same time. I hate missions like that. I really do. Even like action games, I hate them. But yeah. So I'm doing the Black Eagles, I think they're called, playthrough now, because I was kind of interested in their story, because in Blue Lines they were the enemy. They were a point where you had to fight them a lot, and I wanted to know what made, I can't remember a name. I know it begins with an E, but I can't remember a name. I kind of want to know her motives and her ambitions at the same time. Like, there must be a reason why she's doing all this, and why she's trying to change the Empire, and I kind of got curious, because I'm not out with villains and enemies. I want to know what makes them tick in a villain. It's weird, but I do like my villains. I always have. I was supposed to clean my room today. I need dust my room and I need to hoover my room at the same time. So I'm going to have my tea, because it should be cooled down by now. Reasonable. What else? I did buy some new ear studs, so I've got some new ear studs now. Some of them aren't really my favourite. I don't like, so I tend to have like loads left over. When you buy them online, you don't really know what you're gonna get half the time. Sure, I can see a little picture, but the picture can be very deceiving. Because I got a lot of things for like clothes or anything like that. So I have like so many left over, which I don't know what to do, apart from just shut them out, which it seems like a waste of chucking them out. It really does. I've asked my mum if she want any of the ones that are left over just now, so I don't know what to do with them apart from to shut them out, which it's a waste. Even though they weren't that much, like £4 or £5, and that's it. So it's kind of a little cheaper online than in the shop, because it's annoying. there's some missions in like 3 houses that I ain't looking forward to doing them again. I really ain't, because there are some stages where I'm like, it took me ages to do. I don't know why, because like one of them was whoever, but you needed like a key to unlock doors, and like I forgot who had the key. I was moving everyone across the door and no one had a key. Then someone died, and if anyone in your unit died who has the key, you lost the key forever. You lost the key. So you have to do it all over again to get the key again. So they end up using my main character. They had to have the key and keep my main one alive until I can open the door. Then when I got open the main door for the boss, all my units died for some reason. So it was really annoying. But as I said, I end up playing them risky. There's some stages where I didn't really move on a map. I just like stayed in one square, one section of the map, and let everyone come to me. But why not walk? I'm not walking over to you. I'm letting you come to me. And there were times that I did do that. I was like, nope, I ain't walking. One step each time. Multiples, you did have when I done like all the enemy's units, I had to walk over to the boss. So okay, I walk over to the boss because the boss doesn't move anyway. Because engaged, I was always moving around, and 3 houses, I end up not want to move around. I just want to stay in one spot and have all my fighters guarding the healers in the group. So, because the healer's always annoying, end up dying. And that was it. So I might actually end up doing engaged again. Sorry, I'm eating my tea whilst talking on the video. I'm sorry. I do apologise, but I just cut my tea, waiting to cool down as I set the video. This potato's cold. I think I left it out for too long. It's too cold now. So I probably will hoof my room, dust my figures, release main ones, and then I usually split them in half. Like half of them I clean, half of them I save, and then clean the next day. But my laptop's dusty as well. Weird. So I'm going to hoover, dust, have a shower, because I need one. My scalp is rather itchy right now because I didn't have my shampoo, my medicated shampoo that my scalp only agrees with. I've tried the other shampoos that my scalp does not like. It just gets so irritated. There's also like one conditioner that my scalp likes. The other conditions my scalp does not like. It's like my skin, in other words. My skin is not so bad, but my scalp is terrifying. So I don't know who route to play through first on norn9. I can't remember my favourite. I did have a couple favourites in this one, but it's been so long since I played it on Steam that I honestly forgot most of it. I remember the storyline here and there, but I do like that Proclaimers has his and her own voice, because you're like At the start, in the prologue, you're a little boy who's on like a middle school, elementary school trip to the museum. It's like the museum or gallery, I can't remember which one. And you hear a girl singing, and you're the only one who hears it, because she's singing and she has some sort of power. Because like all these guys have powers. I think like aliens or something like that from a different world or something. And this girl is from a different timeline, from the past, and you're basically from the future as well. So you know World War One, you know all the history stuff as well to what's to come. And right now that you have to prove that you're from the future, because I think a couple of them don't believe you and some of them do. I'm trying to remember briefly. And you get like zapped into a portal in time. You wake up in Toshio era, I think it was. I could be wrong, because you're from a different era from Japan. I think you I'm gonna read it below. It's just easier to explain right now. Salter, a child prodigy, wanders away from his class field trip and awakens with in a new but oddly familiar setting. He is taken to Norn, a massive floating ash abroad. He meets others, young people known as S-Bears, each with unique powers to control elements or human minds. The land below them resembles the past, but everything is changed and under the control of a massive organization known as the world. Unravel the mysteries surrounding Salter's journey and his companions. So basically you play as a little boy. But I know the story just changes. Sort of, you know. So I might do more of that later as well. But right now I'm gonna get my plate down and sort my room and figurines out. Then everything else